Good to see you, bro. Sure. So again, the title of this lesson is going to be The Days of Noah, So Shall It Be in the End.
Good lesson.
Our choir going to give you a little something, a little insight to what to look forward to.
Right, well, the Messiah, he basically gave us this warning of exactly what to look for in the end, so you will know, so you won't be caught off guard. So now I noticed the last couple of months, I mean, it's increased greatly, some of the stuff that's being witnessed and being shown in the earth that you should be looking at. For instance, you got these kids setting themselves on fire. You know what I'm saying? What in the world would possess you to do that? You got them standing up against the wall, pushing each other in the chest, trying to get knocked out or pass out. You got dudes in the streets doing lewd acts with donkeys, with it on camera, in the streets, with people around, with children watching. What in the world type of madness is that? Sisters laying on the floor, filming herself, doing stuff with a dog. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is out off the charts. The stuff that's going on right now. It's unbelievable. And then you got the nerve to actually film yourself doing it. It's bad enough that you did it, but you got enough nerve to film yourself doing this stuff. So that's to speak volumes to where we are. So first script, let's go to Luke 17 and 26. Because we're going to show you where you are in prophecy. And it's a lot of things that's going on. If you individualize them, they don't seem like they that bad. But when you combine all these things together, that's when you see like, wow, we really there. So Luke 17 and 26.
The book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man.
So shall it be in the days of the Son of Man. So he's letting us know you got to go and find out how was it. So you'll be able to match it up with what you're going through right now, what you're seeing with your own eyes. Read.
They did eat.
They did what?
They did eat.
Now most people say you got to eat. What's wrong with eating? Well, we're going to show you through scripture about this eating thing. Read.
They drank.
They did what?
They drank.
They drank. Read.
They married wives.
They married wives. Again, what's wrong with that? The Most High says you got to get a wife, right? So it's all this on the surface don't seem like it's really nothing. Read.
They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
So basically they was living a normal life. Everything was hunky-dory until the Most High closed the door on that ark. Read.
And the flood came and destroyed them all.
Read.
Likewise, also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold.
They did what?
They bought, they sold.
But what's wrong with buying and selling? You gonna find out. They bought, they sold. You say that ain't nothing. You gotta do that, right? Read.
They planted, they build.
They planted. What's wrong with getting a garden? What's wrong with that? Again, all of these things separated, they seem like nothing, but when they all combine, you're going to see. Read.
But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from Shamaim.
So the same day, up until Lot went out, they was doing their everyday life.
Luke 17.
They was doing their everyday life. It wasn't nothing shocking. Nice sunny day, I bet. You know what I'm saying? Everything was beautiful. Birds singing and chirping the whole nine. They ain't have no clue. Like, wow. And all of a sudden, fire started dropping down out the sky. Let's get on 2 Timothy 3:1.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also, that in the last days.
What days?
In the last days.
Read on.
Perilous times shall come.
Perilous times is coming. Read.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Shall be what?
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
I'm my own God. I created myself. I pray to the universe. I love myself. Read.
Covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers.
So look for all of these things. And I know if you got an odyssey, you can see these things right now. Read.
Disobedient to parents.
Disobedient to parents. They got clips, little children talking back to their mama's little boy slapped his mama on camera. Read.
Unthankful, unkadesh, without natural affection.
Without natural affection. And that's some of the stuff that we seeing with some of these fights. These people is beating people to a pulp, kicking them in the face like it ain't nothing. No type of affection. Same thing with these cops. Beating people just merciless. Read.
Truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good.
Despisers of those that are good. So when we go to these streets, we going out there for what? Love. Because we love our people. But guess what? They despise what we saying. They hate it. Who is you to judge, man? I didn't judge you. I didn't throw a stone at you. I didn't put you in prison. I didn't do nothing.
That verse 4? No, what verse 4? Come on.
All right, read.
Traitors, heady, high-minded.
What is that again?
Traitors, heady, and high-minded.
High-minded. Read.
Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High.
Hey, I'm going to wait all the way until New Year's Eve. And then I'm gonna try to change. Even though it ain't promised to me, I'm going to wait because I just can't. You know, Most High just going to have to overlook this. I can't do without my pork chops. I got to have this. You know what I'm saying? This is what our people be saying when you show them the truth. Certain things I just got to have. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me he'll kill me for that? Yes. Read the book. He did it a whole bunch of times. Read.
Having a form of godliness.
Having a form. This is, everybody's in the religion. This is the form of quote-unquote godliness. I go to church here in my heart. My God don't say that. Right here, you say you read this book, it say it right here. No, that's your interpretation of it. How do you interpret thou shalt not kill? Read.
But denying the power thereof.
But doing what?
Denying the power thereof.
That's exactly what they do. They deny the power of the Most High. They short his arm. He won't do this. Yes, he will, because his book said, well, I got a personal relationship with him, and he said no, that was the other guy. You was talking to Lucy.
Right.
Because he said what's in his book is what he gonna do. So again, all of these things separated don't seem like they really nothing. But let's go back to Luke 17:26 again. Yep.
The book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 26. As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives. They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
So they eat and they drink. Well, let's cover that. Let's get Ecclesiastes 10 and 16.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 16. Woe to you, O land, when your king is a child, and your princes eat in the morning.
They do what?
And thy princes eat in the morning.
Read on.
Blessed are you, O land, when your king is the son of nobles.
So is this king the son of a noble? Absolutely not. Read.
And your princes eat in due season.
Eat in what?
Your princes eat in due season.
So we've been turned such a gluttonous society that we don't eat to live, we actually live to eat. It's all about eating. That's all it's about. Read.
For strength and not for drunkenness.
For strength and not for drunkenness. Now we know the smallest quote unquote accomplishment, we got to go out and do what? Feast about it, right? Oh, look, Kiki just graduated from preschool. We going to Chuck E. Cheese for it. That's cute, exactly. Again, these things on a small level, it don't seem like much, but watch when they all add up. You're going to see exactly what it's talking about. Read that last verse again.
Blessed are you, O land, when your king is the son of nobles, and your princes eat in due season, for strength and not for drunkenness.
For strength and not for drunkenness. Again, when we was doing that world thing, all we thought about was, hey, we about to go out to eat. We just at the hunters. We about to get them drinks for drunkenness. Just to feel like we're doing something. Now, I'm going to ask y'all, what was the sin in Sodom and Gomorrah? Did I say homosexuality? Okay. What? Anything else? Huh? Yeah, that too. But let's actually see. Let's get on Ezekiel 16 and 49. So we know about the homosexual stuff that was going on, but it was something else more that was going on. Let's find out what it is, what they was doing. Ezekiel 16 and 49.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16 and verse 49. Behold, this was the iniquity of your sister Sodom.
So this was the iniquity of your sister Sodom. Read.
Pride.
Pride. If pride is a bad thing, right? So we shouldn't have it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you got pride, you can't admit when you're wrong. You can't admit a whole bunch of things because pride blocks it and gets in the way. Read.
Fullness of bread.
Fullness of what?
Fullness of bread.
Fullness of bread. So I mean they was feasting all the time in Sodom and Gomorrah. Just what the scriptures say. Fullness of bread. Read.
And abundance of idleness.
Abundance of idleness. Now, most of the time when you eat, what happened to you? You get sleepy, right? Idleness of time. This country is people so lazy it don't even make sense. Sit up, got a machine doing everything for you now.
So wait a minute, brothers. That's why they developed the remote control?
Exactly. Too lazy to get up and go over there. Even before they develop that, get up and go turn that TV for me, boy. Idleness of time. See, a lot of people don't know about this. But this was actually going on. Idleness of time. Read that from the top again.
Behold, this was the iniquity of your sister Sodom. Pride, fullness of bread.
Pride, fullness of bread. Again. Read.
And abundance of idleness was in her and in her daughters.
Was in her and in her daughters. Meaning the surrounding people. So, look how bad this is. They got a channel dedicated to nothing but cooking and stuff, right? Called the what network? Food Network. Right? So people are so greedy, they got a whole network dedicated to nothing but cooking and eating.
And unclean at this. Every time it's pork or shellfish
Right.
that they cooking with.
Right.
Promoting it, making it look the best to you. Oh man. The guy called, what is it? Bizarre Foods or something like that. Matter of fact, I got the wrong clip. We're going to pull that one up. One moment.
On this Bizarre Foods, sucking down sea slugs. Oh, how do I end up in these situations?
Now look at this.
On this Bizarre Foods, sucking down sea slugs. Oh, how do I end up in these situations? Foraging underwater. I cannot wait to taste this guy. I go tribal on a remote island. Well, now I know where the heart and the lungs went. Eat straight from the sea. We don't keep our caviar in aluminum foil back home. Take a nature walk that goes awry. Whack. The well has run dry. And discover you just don't get any more primitive than this. It's just like doing marshmallows at the campfire. Welcome to Samoa, a tropical paradise where life is simple, laid back, and people march to the rhythm of their own drummer. I'm Andrew Zimmern, and this is Bizarre Foods. I'm a chef, writer, and culinary explorer who understands that what's common cuisine in one country can be an exotic edible in another. I believe that sharing food is the best way to experience other.
But again, this got a whole channel dedicated to eating, drinking, and all the quote-unquote best foods, which we see is completely unclean for us to be messing with. So when you're watching this stuff on TV, it looked the best, some of it, but not this stuff here. This is ridiculous. So we see this whole eating and drinking thing, right? It's right here. But what got us in trouble initially? What's the first thing that got us in trouble? Yeah, let's see. Let's go to Genesis 2:17.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 17. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you shall not eat of
You
it.
shall not do what?
You shall not eat of
You
it.
shall not eat of it. See how all this stuff connects? Again, when you just say eating and drinking, that don't sound like nothing in itself. But when you go through it and show how it led our people to do certain things, then you see the problem in it. Again, every time the Romans and the Greeks and all them different people is getting ready to do them lewd acts, There was always an abundance of food there. Them boys had what you call a vomitorium. They was eating and drinking to the full, and they would get all the way full, and then they would go throw it up and go back and eat it again. So let's go back. Luke 17, 26 again. Let's start it there again. And we're going to walk it through.
The book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man.
Read.
They did eat, they drank, they married wives.
They did what?
They married wives.
They married wives. Read.
They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all.
Read.
Likewise, also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold.
They did what?
They bought, they sold.
They bought and they sold. Now, again, on the surface, don't really look that bad. But it's something that's coming in the end that's tied to what? Buying and selling. First thing that got your boy Lucy in trouble was buying and selling. All right, let's go to James 4 and 13.
The book of James, chapter 4 and verse 13. Go to now, you that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city, and continue there a year, and buy and sell and get gain.
And do what?
And buy and sell and get gain.
Matter of fact, read it from the top again.
Go to now, you that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city, and continue there a year.
You gonna do what?
Continue there a year.
Now, let me ask y'all something. When he says, we're going to go into a city and we're going to shop, does that ring a bell to anybody? When you go, like, it's just talk, read that again.
James 4 and 13. Go to now, you that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city.
We will do what?
Go into such a city.
Read.
And continue there a year, and buy and sell and get gain.
Now, does that ring a bell to anybody? Basically, think back. See, we ain't in this life no more, so it's kind of hard to think on it. Think of the boosters, right? These dudes go to New York. They go to New York, you know, they get a bus, got about 50 people on it. We going to New York, we about to go get all them purses, them shoes. What you want? What sizes you want? It's the same exact thing. You say you need Gucci? I got all of your belts. Whatever it is that you need, we got it. Same thing James is talking about. But back then, they was doing it for a whole year. These people just do it over the weekend and then come back to the barbershop and throw the bag on the floor. Look what I got. Boom. And everybody crowded around the bag. I want that. That's my Gucci hat. How many? Oh, girl, I'll get you another one next week. We going back. Same thing. Buying and selling. Did you read 14?
Verse 14. Whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away.
One more time.
Whereas you know not what shall be on tomorrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away.
So when these people be doing this stuff, they be so caught up in looking fresh. They don't have no idea of anything else that's going around. All they thinking about is, next week, I'm going to be there first because I'm going to get the Gucci bag and I'm going to get the Jordans or the dude, I'm going to get the jersey or whatever it is. She got all the new true religions. That's all they thinking about. you don't have a clue whether or not you're going to even make it till tomorrow. That's what this is talking about. Now, just like with that, with the Food Network, they also got what? A shopping network. Again, this causes for idleness of time. You don't even got to leave your house. You can stay in the comfort of your own house.
Before Amazon and before eBay, HSN showed you how to shop from home.
You can see our clock is ticking down.
So black is limited, and we want to make sure the customers who want it are able to get it.
And I have to tell you, because a lot of you are calling in, black is getting limited.
Now they're revolutionizing the business once again, making your HSN shopping experience mobile.
I just knew that the time was right to take this convergence of media, technology, and shopping and create a whole new experience.
CEO Mindy Grossman built Ralph Lauren's jeans business, ran Phil Knight's apparel business at Nike, and in 2006 joined the Shopping Network to become the 8th CEO in years. She's doubled her.
But again, same thing. It's so much buying and selling that they created a channel for it. And people watch it all day long. Idleness of time. Because I can get the best deal. I don't even need to get out my bed. Shop right here. And do it on my phone. But again, buying and selling is attached to what? The mark of the beast. But let's see what got your boy in trouble. Let's get Ezekiel 28 and 16.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 28 and verse 16. By the multitude of your merchandise, they have filled the midst of you with violence.
By the multitude of your merchandise. This dude was famous for trading. And this is what got him in trouble in the first place. Read that from the top again.
By the multitude of your merchandise, they have filled you. They have filled the midst of you with violence. And you have sinned. Therefore, I will cast you as profane out of the mountain of the Most High. And I will destroy you, O covering cherub.
So all of this stuff leads to like materialistic, being over in love with your stuff. Let's go back to Luke 17 and pick it up where you left off at.
The book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 28. Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from Shamaim.
So they was doing an everyday routine. Everyday life was going on. They didn't have a clue. But all of a sudden, as soon as Lot got to safety, fire fell out the sky. Read.
And destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed.
Read on.
In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away.
So why did he say this right here?
Think about it.
Think about it. Why did he say this right here? Read it again.
Ready.
Verse 31. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away.
And his stuff in the house. So why did he say this to him? Because these people are attached to their things. So when it's time to go, man, I just bought that big screen TV. Man, I'm not leaving my stuff. We just added a room on the back of the house. I'm not about to leave my stuff. This is why he's saying this. Read it again.
Verse 31. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away.
So don't even come down to take it away. Just like Lot, you got to get out of here. You ain't got time to get nothing. You ain't got to say, man, I got a whole collection of Jordans. I got every pair of Jordans they made. I need to get my stuff. That's worth a fortune. No, your life is on the line. Even more than that, your soul on the line.
Right. And another key element, when you look at the top of that verse, where it says in that day, he which shall be upon the housetop, that's showing you representation of a man that's watching. So you are to be watching what's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? And don't be attached to your material items.
Exactly. But this is what this society and this world actually teaches us to do. Let's get 2nd Ezra 16 and 40.
Second Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle.
Make you ready to the battle, read.
And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
So he says, be even as pilgrims on the earth. What do pilgrims do, my people? They move around. So it's telling you right here to be ready to move. If you attach to your things, you're not going to be ready to move. Read.
Verse 41. He that sails, let him be as he that flees away.
See, this is going to encompass all of these things. He that sails, read it again.
He that sails, let him be as he that flees away.
Read.
And he that buys, as one that will lose.
And so if you keep buying these things, they look nice, just like I told you. These things going to be so cheap that you're going to think you're getting a deal of a lifetime. And it's just something to put you in debt and keep you tied to this system, to this beast. That's all it's really doing. So when you attach these things, you put yourself in trouble. That's why he says, he that buys is as one that's ready to lose. Read.
He that occupies merchandise, as he that has no profit by it.
So you got all them Jordans in the basement, but you ain't going to make no profit out of it. You're going to either leave it or you're going to die with it. Read.
He that builds, as he that shall not dwell therein.
Right back to the curses. He that builds, you ain't going to dwell in it. Because these people that's coming don't get it. Read.
He that sows, as if he should not reap.
That goes back to the planting thing again. Read.
So also he that plants the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry, as they that shall get no children. And they that marry not, as the widowers.
Go ahead.
And therefore they that labor, labor in vain.
So these people that's doing this labor, you're laboring in vain. It's really for nothing. Because somebody else going to actually get this stuff. When this time comes. Again, I believe we right there. Read.
Verse 47. And, I'm sorry, verse 46. For strangers shall reap their fruits.
Strangers going to reap your fruits. Read.
And spoil their goods. Overthrow their houses and take their children's captive.
So you can bogart yourself up in there all you want. Is letting you know right here, if you don't leave when it's that time, your children going to get took. The house, all that stuff that you worked for, it's going to get taken away from you. Read.
For in captivity and famine shall they get children. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions.
The more they deck their cities, their houses and possessions, what happens?
And their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sin.
Read that part again.
The more will I be angry with them for their sin.
So the more this stuff that you laying up for yourself, thinking that you're doing something, the more that he's angry with you, which means more than likely he's going to pass you over to these people that's out to destroy you anyway. All right, let's get on. Go back to Luke 17, about 30.
The book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 30. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff in the house.
Go back. Start at 28.
Verse 28. Likewise also as it was in the days of Lot. They did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built.
They planted. So we're going to go into that. The planet, we just went over a little bit. It's talking about the sowing and all of that stuff, right? So let's see why he say this. Let's go to Luke 12 and 16.
The book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 16. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruit.
So this guy got so much stuff. He said, I don't even got enough room for it. Sound like a whole bunch of these rich people. Read.
And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater. And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, you have much goods laid up for many years.
This guy, he's so arrogant with it. He said to my soul, I got so much stuff, I don't even know what to do with it.
That boy started speaking to himself.
He started, exactly. To his soul, not even to his birth. To his soul he's speaking. Read that again.
And I will say to my soul, soul, you have much goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry.
Do what?
Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry.
Ain't that everything that he said that they was going to be doing? Building, eating, and all of these different things? Everything that he said, this guy just said it. Read that again.
And I will say to my soul, soul, you have much goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry.
Read.
But Yahuwah said to him, you fool.
You what?
You fool.
You fool. Read.
This night your soul shall be required of you. Then whose shall these things be?
So all that stuff again that you just worked so hard for and bragged about, somebody else gonna get it. Because you can't take it with you. Read.
Then whose shall these things be which you have provided?
Read.
So is he that lays up treasure for himself and is not rich toward the Most High.
So instead of trying to work on this house down here, you better be preparing for the one that's up there. Because he says, in my Father's house there's many mansions. I know I want a room up there. When he comes down, I want a room in there. Get that one time about the man cave. That's nothing. We know all our ox always talking about my man cave. I got the big TV down there. Man, I don't go nowhere. Idleness of time. You ain't doing nothing. Alright? Let's go further into this. So as it was in the days of Noah. Let's get Leviticus 19 and 19.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 19. You shall keep my statutes. You shall not let your cattle gender with a diverse kind.
So, is man doing these things right now?
Yes, indeed.
Splicing animals and all this foolishness? They're doing it right now. Read.
You shall not sow your field with mingled seed.
So, they got all types of new fruits and stuff they got, right? They got a nectar or orangerine or any of these type of things. They just make up stuff. Take two fruits and put it together. All of a sudden, I ain't never heard of that before. What's that you eating? Oh, this is banana ring right here.
Pineapple cherry.
Right. Same exact, they doing this right now. So we know it ain't nothing new under the sun. So they was doing it back then. But now we accept it. Because it's convenient. All the grapes, they don't got no seeds in them. Well, how are they supposed to grow back? How does a grape have no seeds? This grape is better because it don't got no seeds.
That's foolishness.
This watermelon, it tastes better because it don't got no seeds. Look, you never even thinking about it. What's something wrong with that? Because everything's supposed to have seed within itself. But these people that mess with it, that's why I don't got no nutrients in it for real. Like he said, that's wicked. You done took the Most High stuff and say you can make it better. I can take this apple and you know after a few minutes it'll turn brown. Well, we just inserted a gene into it. It won't even turn brown no more. See what they did with the test the other day? They had an ice cream sandwich. Put it in the hot sun for over an hour and it didn't melt none. I thought ice cream melt. What is that?
Piece of plastic or something. That was
An hour and it did not melt.
what type of madness? Man.
But all of this stuff is regular. It's regular to everybody. Let's go back to Luke 17 again.
The book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 28. Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from Shamaim.
So he said they was building. Again, what's wrong with building? Now, when we went to Egypt, they had so many new buildings, and everywhere you went, and I'm not exaggerating at all. Everywhere you went, it was new buildings. You seen cranes everywhere. Even this city, they doing it right now. When you ride past somewhere you ain't been in a minute, look at it. The old projects and all that stuff, it's new stuff there. It's new stuff there. So everybody, oh, the city coming back. Okay. Keep not paying attention. Keep not being that dude on top of the house watching. Keep thinking that. It's all about design because back here they showed you they was doing the same exact thing all the way until Lot got out. They was doing everything. It seemed like the normal thing. Let's get on. Let's get Exodus 1:10.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falls out any war, they join also to our enemies and fight against us, and so get them out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramesses.
So they did what for Pharaoh?
And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramesses.
And got the nerve to have us do the building. So let's get on Habakkuk 2 and 12.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 12. Woe to him.
Wait a minute, that's a book most people ain't familiar with. Slow down.
Y'all ain't hitting no table of contents, are you? No. Okay. Cool. You there?
You there?
Okay.
All right, go ahead and read.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 12. Woe to him that builds a town with blood.
Woe to him what?
Woe to him that builds a town with blood.
So woe to him that builds a town with blood. And we know all over the world we've been building these wicked kingdoms, especially this one over here. Read.
And establishes a city by iniquity.
Read.
Behold, is it not of Yahweh of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity?
So he says that they shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity. Again, all of this stuff. Oh, I want to build a new room on the house. Only reason why you wouldn't want to do that, because you saw the Joneses do it. Now I want to keep up with them. Ooh, they house so nice. You know your wife pressing you and put it on you. All this stuff. Which most of us dudes don't want to do none of this anyway. I'm cool. But our wives always say, yeah, let's come on. Don't you think, what's the name? House looks so nice with that new addition on the back. My wife doing it, so that's what I'm talking about. You said what you got there?
It's a precept that's joined in Jeremiah 22:13.
Go there.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 22 and verse 13. Woe to him that builds his house by unrighteousness and his chambers by wrong, that uses his neighbor's service without wages and gives him not for his work.
Verse 14.
That says, I will build me a wide house and large chambers, and cuts him out windows, and it is seared with cedar and painted with vermilion.
Ooh, that's a nice one right there. We gonna be the envy of the neighborhood. Everybody gonna look at us like, man, they got a bad house. Man, their couch is so soft. Oh my goodness. Got that white fluffy carpet. But building. Get that next one out there. Building. Same thing. It's so popular that they got a building channel. Home improvement, you can do it all. Took the 2-man cable, all that stuff.
I want to see some more of that.
You was impressed by the construction workers, huh?
My brother is a builder. Again, ain't nothing wrong with having the skill to build.
Right.
It's just in the right and proper time. But instead of working on this old physical house, we should be working on the other one. Let's get 1 Corinthians 3 and 9. First
1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 9. For we are laborers together with the Most High. You are the Most High's husbandry. You are the Most High's building.
You are what?
You are Yahuwah's building.
So we should be building on yourself in these laws, statutes, and commandments. It's better than trying to get this earthly house together and don't have the spiritual one right. That's it. Let's go back to Ezekiel 16. We're going to pick it up at verse 50. So remember, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the Son of Man returns.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16 and verse 50. And they were haughty and committed abomination before me.
They did what?
Committed abomination before me.
So they were haughty and committed abominations before him. Read.
Therefore I took them away as I saw good.
Matter of fact, start at verse 49 again.
Verse 49. Behold, this was the iniquity of your sister Sodom. Pride, fullness of bread, and abundance of idleness was in her and in her daughters. Neither did she strengthen the hand of the poor and needy. And they were haughty and committed abomination before me.
So what is this abomination that they committed before him? I said it earlier. The homosexuality. Exactly. So they were haughty, and this thing is an abomination. Let's get Leviticus 18 and 22.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 22. You shall not lie with mankind as with womankind.
Read it again.
You shall not lie with mankind as with womankind.
For what?
It is abomination.
It is an abomination. Now, did this so-called great leader of this country, what has he gone and done? He okayed it. He legalized it. Now, it's okay to do this.